Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? Netanyahu orders military to carry out powerful attacks and strikes in Gaza. Why now, and that too especially when there is a ceasefire in the place? We will be seeing this in the course of the video. Now first and foremost, what happened? First and foremost, after the ceasefire, your Israel has resumed its attack on Gaza. This was done through your Israeli planes airstrikes. Now, from the Israel Prime Minister's office, it has been quoted that your Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered for powerful airstrikes in Gaza, in which at least 17 people, including of your civilians, have died. Now, when asked the Israeli military for comment, it has not been available, but rather a sources has claimed that it is because a particular section of group was trying to target on your Israeli military, that is to conduct attack on your Israeli army. Now, in this, your Israel is claiming that your Hamas has violated the ceasefire. Your Hamas is claiming that Israel has been the one that is violating the ceasefire. Now, what is the ceasefire? This is the ceasefire or the halt in the situations which was leading to escalation between your Israel and Hamas, which was brought about by your US President Donald Trump. He brokered the ceasefire. Now, first and foremost, let's see a small background as to what was your Israel-Hamas conflict. First of all, the war began after your Hamas had attacked Israel in 2023. Almost 2 years that war went on, which almost turned Gaza into a rubble. At this point of time, with the mediation of your third parties such as your USA, Qatar, Egypt and all, finally a ceasefire was brokered. But this ceasefire that was brokered was very fragile from the start, which means any point of time, and this is not just the first ceasefire, there was also an earlier ceasefire but that broke down, so this is the second phase of the ceasefire. So what was the objectives of the ceasefire between your Israel and Hamas? Means, first and foremost, your Hamas had to release all living hostages, and this would also mean prisoner swap from, that is, Israel had to release the Palestinians, and at the same point of time US, that is your Israel, had to withdraw troops. And saying these were the conditions. Alongside this was also one of the facts that your Hamas have to return the remains of your Israelis which have been caught. Understanding? So this went on. Now what happened? First and foremost, two incidents. Your Israel has claimed that when Hamas was coming to return the remains of Israelis, they have given the wrong remains. First thing. Second thing, in the name of returning the hostages remains, they have also fired on the troops, which has met with retaliation. Whereas your Hamas claims that they have been adhering to the ceasefire and it is Israel who is one which is violating the ceasefire, and they are finding new ways in order to not uphold its commitment. And despite of this, both sides are claiming that your Hamas has claimed that to return the remains of the Israelis, they need some time, because it has been very difficult to find in the rubble that is created in Gaza. Whereas Israel is alleging that they have adequate means and measures. For example, they've got heavy machinery, bulldozers from your Turkey and all to help. But the bodies are kept in the tunnels. And purposefully they are delaying this, which is nothing but a violation of ceasefire, is what your Israel is claiming. So at this point of time, your Israel had to do more of your hostage recovery and also troop withdrawal, and your Hamas had to be more of easing the blockade and also do the prisoner release. So this involved a more of a state and non-state actors involved here. Both sides have been very more of not so sure in trusting each other. Now, before we go ahead, we have a small announcement from Legacy IS Academy. If you're someone who wants to kickstart your UPSC civil service preparation, then look no further. You have found the right spot with Legacy IS Academy, wherein we maintain our batch size at strictly 40 member per limit so as to provide you individualized and personalized attention. We also provide easy access to educators, one-on-one mentorship, daily mains answer writing challenge, prelims mock test series, interview mock test panel. We do conduct 360 holistic current affair classes and also CSAT classes. We conduct our sessions in both offline as well as in online mode. For those of you who are working professionals or students, you can take avail of our weekend services also. For more information, contact the number or check out Legacy IS Academy website. If you want to see how the classes are for yourself, you can schedule a demo class either online or offline. Now, coming back to the topic. See, so the aspects of ceasefire between your Israel and Hamas was between your concepts of humanitarian aid, reconstruction, troop pullback, and also monitor compliance, protect civilians. But recently, the hit where your Israel has tried to conduct the airstrike, one of it has even hit the most important hospital in the northern Gaza Strip. Understanding? And if you see, US Vice President JD once has also held that yes, there is going to be violations from each side, and then still there will be retaliations, yet the ceasefire brokered by the US President is still holding ground. This is what is mentioned by your Vice President JD once. If you see with respect to your humanitarian and ethical concerns, civilian deaths and that especially near hospitals and residential areas, and this is also leading to thousands of remains which are in your debris or underground tunnels. This all brings us the question of self-defense or civilian immunity during your international wars. Now, if you see, these tensions across West Asia has had created a ripple effect throughout the country, and also Egypt's role at Rafah borders become critical, wherein it is leading to huge amount of displacement crisis, and also this has led to a spillover effects with respect to terrorism, migration, and security. That is when we say energy security, especially with respect to your Houthis and Red Sea. Now, if you see what is India's perspective on this, India is taking a balanced approach with respect to Israel and Palestine. First and foremost, it supports dialogue and also brings in the highlight of your humanitarian principle. India also has to safeguard its own interests, that is with respect to your diaspora safety and energy imports. Alongside all this, still India is trying to do the balancing between the issues of your Israel and Palestine. Now, possible mains question from this topic could be evaluate India's diplomatic balancing in West Asia crisis. Now, the summation would be nothing but your Israel-Palestine fight from India perspective and how India is trying to navigate this situation. With this, we come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.